So without further ado, we're gonna give the floor to Weston.
So, thank you. Apologize for being late. Thank you so much for, I didn't get a chance to give my intro, so I'm Weston. Business Development Executive, Advanced Computer Technologies. Yeah, we're a managed service provider, right down the road over there, 2 footprint. You probably already know that. But yeah, what we're gonna be talking about today is, Windows 10, last call. I was working on this with Jenna yesterday and she was like, turn it up to 11. I'm like, oh, wow, that's a way better title. But, yeah, we're talking about, is everybody familiar with Windows 10? Everybody uses it on a day-to-day basis. So, we're moving over to Windows 11. So what we're going to be talking about basically is the transition over. There's kind of a lot of fear mongering around the hardware aspects of side of things. As you know, am I going to have to get a new computer and things like that? This one's a little bit more on the lighter side, the different advancements and the features that you're going to get. So that's really my goal, is to get you pumped up and excited about that particular aspect of things. As far as the agenda is concerned, we're just going to give a quick breakdown. The overview of Windows 10 into support, different innovations that are going to be coming down, addressing any potential concerns, benefits of upgrading, and then planning a smooth transition. All right. So this is a very heavy gift laden.
Get ready.
Just laden presentation. So just a couple quick definitions. What we're talking about today is the Windows 10 and 11 operating system. So that's OS, that's software that manages computer hardware and software resources. So most of you probably have iPhones. iOS is that particular operating system for Apple, and of course, obviously, Windows 10 and 11, and then also there's Android, Linux, so there's a wide variety of operating systems. What is end of life? So end of life is really when a developer or manufacturer decide that a piece of hardware or software is no longer going to be manufactured. So you still might get a minute amount of support and security patches and updates and things of that nature, but particularly it's the end of the line for that particular product. End of support is the final end of that particular phase when a particular solution meets the end of life. This is when all updates, all support, all patches, it's going to cease. So that's where we're at right now with Windows 10. So we are at a 5-month countdown. So we are as of 10/14/25. Windows 10 is going to be end of life, end of support. And everybody's going to be transitioning over to Windows 11. So you're probably familiar with tariffs and supply chain issues. That's why it's really important to start now. We're about exactly on the day, we are 131 days out. Yeah, you should probably be working with either your managed service provider or your internal IT to get into a process of being able to do a timely upgrade and start really getting associated and familiarized with the new operating system. All right. So hackers are on standby, as I mentioned before. Security patches and updates, and there's going to be a vast amount of vulnerabilities that are going to still be left open. You might still sitting on Windows 10. So the urgency to move over is paramount. So you should be planning your upgrade paths. You should ensure stability in your operations, and then should you be able to minimize any disruptions in that particular regard. All right, everyone, moving over to new operating system is a pretty hefty task. So these are the common upgrade challenges that typically happen when you're getting familiarized with a new solution. Does anybody kind of run into?
Always.
Right? Yeah.
I still use a Windows 7 machine because I have my financials on it. There's a lot of customization in there and it's, you can't get the forms uploaded with the new softwares. It's air gapped.
Yeah. And then what about your clients? Like, what about moving them over to?
There are clients, we deal with some car dealerships where the franchise owners will say, don't upgrade. But what we've been doing is we've been solving the problems for the last year so that because what happens is they'll flip the switch on you. They'll say, okay, don't upgrade. And then come January, they'll be like, okay, we're not supporting Windows 10 anymore. So you want to be ready for that anyway.
Exactly.
And they're like, oh, it's not supposed to work that way. Well, we've got it working,
Right.
this way where, you have to be proactive. That's the whole thing.
Exactly. And I think a piecemeal approach is probably the best way, getting them associated with it now, letting them, coming down the pipe.
There's no other way.
With the transition, there's going to be compatibility issues. So everything now henceforth is going to be created for that Windows 11 operating system. So legacy applications and software, they're not going to be viable.
We went through it with QuickBooks. All the forms and everything, we just couldn't.
Exactly. And then you mentioned before too, user resistant. There's gonna be a hefty amount of user resistance because they like what they like, more tenured staff. They don't want to get associated and acquainted with the new solution. And then also too, most importantly, there's data loss risk. So upgrading systems can result in potential data loss if they're not properly managed. So we emphasize the need for careful planning, especially in that regard. All right, so migration strategy. So most importantly, it was at the bottom of the last one, but most importantly, make sure that we're implementing solid backup solutions. So safeguarding your data can ensure that anything that they have can be restored in case of any issues. Your internal IT or your managed service provider should be conducting thorough tests, making sure that all the upgrades are taken correctly and identifying any potential issues to reduce any risk. And then also to staying in contact with your clients or your internal staff, associates, making sure that training is provided so they can navigate the new systems fluidly. And then, of course, when everything moves over, they'll be better acquainted with them. Ready to go. All right, so what you're going to get with it is an improved user experience. So obviously, it's going to be easier, cleaner format. So you'll have an intuitive UI. For improved multitasking, you'll be able to perform a lot more tasks a lot more fluently. Where you were able to do 7 before, you might be able to knock out 21 at one particular time. If you're utilizing Microsoft Azure, the Azure cloud, you'll have a better experience in that particular regard, especially when it comes to collaboration, document sharing through SharePoint, OneDrive. So and then a really cool feature is Azure is also offering a virtual desktop feature. So a lot of startup companies as well as other companies are bringing a BYOD, bring your own device type of format. You'll be able to access your actual desktop anywhere you go on any particular device. And then also to just like what you like with your iOS, why a lot of people continue to get Apple products is they're familiar with the UI and setup. So cohesive design elements as well as kind of continuity of design, knowing where everything is at. One particular time makes it a lot more fluid, a lot more easy. You'll have productivity enhancements. So the new Windows version will be able to offer enhanced task management tools so you can prioritize your workloads. You'll have enhanced collaboration features, so allowing your teams to work seamlessly, like I said before, with the sharing of documents and communicating efficiently. And then, of course, the better virtual desktop functionality. You'll be able to manage multiple desktops for different tasks. The security side of things, you'll be able to have enhanced security measures. So ATP or advanced threat protection. You'll be able to safeguard against increasing cybersecurity threats. There'll be improved firewall settings for incoming, outgoing network traffic. And then also to user privacy controls, so allow individuals to manage the personal data and privacy settings more effectively. So as far as security advancements are concerned, you'll have enhanced security protocols. So the Windows version will introduce enhanced security protocols to help safeguard organizational data and systems. Risk reduction, so you'll be implementing advancements typically reducing the risk of data breaches and cyber threats for all organizations, and then of course regulatory compliance. So the security measures for ensure compliance with the evolving regulatory standards today. Compatibility and integration. So there'll be a wide array of software compatibilities. The Windows version will help support a wide range of software applications. So you'll be able to facilitate a smoother user experience. Hardware integration, so wide array of compatibility with various hardware components, and then the ease of transition. The new Windows version will help simplify the transition for the process for users, make it easier to adopt and adapt to new updates that come down. So for your team or for your internal IT staff, this is a step-by-step upgrade process that we utilize for our clients. The best bet is to currently assess all the current systems. So I mentioned before, there is a hardware component that won't be able to take the new Windows 11 update. So making sure that on the hardware side of things, we're assessing and testing all those systems and making sure they'll be able to take the new Windows 11, and then planning for that procurement accordingly. And then also on the software side of things, making sure that any of those systems that require anything, there's no limitations in that regard. Plan the deployment. So typically what normal format is doing it outside of business hours. So creating a comprehensive plan for smooth deployment and upgrade, and then of course executing the upgrade. Making sure there's no minimal disruption, making sure everything's backed up so you can carry on your ongoing operations. And then post-upgrade evaluations as well, making sure once everything is implemented, you're reassessing all the systems and making sure that everything's been taken fluidly. All right, data migration and backup. So the importance of data backup. It's critical to back up any data before any upgrade to ensure that the information is secure and recoverable in case of any issues. Reliable migration strategy. So a reliable migration strategy will help minimize data loss and help maintain business continuity during the system upgrades, and then minimizing the downtime. So implementing an effective migration and backup strategy will help prevent downtime, allowing seamless system upgrades. Okay. Training, adaptation for users. So it's important for making sure as far as user training is concerned, training is crucial for facilitating smooth transition during the software upgrade. It'll equip the users with skills needed to navigate the new features more effectively. Taking a comprehensive training approach. So providing the comprehensive training will help ensure that users understand the new features and changes, and helping them adapt more rapidly with less frustration, and then reducing user frustration. So after the training, making sure that all of either your clients or your associates are familiarized, and they're not necessarily frustrated, because it all comes down to efficiency and productivity, and making sure they're taking on to the new updates, and they have a really solid user experience in that regard. I still don't know, is this an AI image?
Looks like it.
I've heard
Yeah.
50-50. It's really good because the teeth are what gets me going.
It's real.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
Yes, by RAI.
I'm gonna put my dollar on that.
Okay. I didn't think.
Because you would have to specifically prompt for that teeth to be,
For the teeth to be
be a
all.
little slightly
Yeah,
coffee
exactly.
stained and,
Yeah, take away a little of the hairline.
He's real, he's a real human. All right, go on.
All right, cool.
You're photoshopped. though.
Yeah, no, so as far as support and resources that are available, obviously straight from the horse's mouth, Microsoft is going to provide online support documentation, so you'll be able to go on their website. If you have any particular questions, I assume there'll be a chat bot or AI or white papers in regards to what you're looking for there from a third-party source. There obviously going to be a vast amount of YouTube videos that you'd be able to access, as well as community forums. I really like Reddit for a lot of stuff. People asking questions in that particular fashion, and then of course professional services. So whether you have internal IT staff or a managed service provider, there'll be support on that side of things as well to help make sure your transition is as fluid as possible. So yeah, in conclusion, the importance of preparation. So preparing for the upgrade is essential to ensure that security measures are in place and that productivity remains high and you can remain effective as an associate. Just understanding the new features, understanding where you can go with the solution, and really going from 0 to 60 as far as being effective in the new Windows 11 update. And then of course, organizations should be addressing any potential concerns or every industry is different, works in a different way. So addressing any particular concerns, make sure that the user satisfaction is there during the upgrade process. All right, that's it. Thank you.